Hey, you're watching This Brown Geek, and in this video I need to give you an update on a video that I made 5 months ago. 5 months ago? How has it been 5 months? I swear, it must be a symptom of getting old or something, because I blink and a month goes by. It's insane. Anyways, there is a lot of misinformation out there regarding this topic right now, so I suggest you watch this video so you know exactly what's going on, because there are people reporting things which simply are not true. So anyways, 5 months ago I made a video telling you that the UK government had served Apple with something called a technical capability notice, and this was served under the Investigatory Powers Act, which meant that they could serve this notice to Apple in secret and Apple wasn't allowed to tell anyone about it. Anyways, it leaked and then Apple won a thing where they could tell people about it. So then we found out that the UK government wanted Apple to break encryption and give them a backdoor into iCloud, and they wanted that on a global scale, not just for the UK. So because Apple is pro-privacy, they basically said, go F yourself, we're just going to take advanced data protection away from UK iCloud users, which means that in the UK now, unless you already had advanced data protection turned on your iCloud, you can now no longer encrypt your iCloud, which is kind of gross and insane. But the elephant in the room was that the UK still wanted access to American iCloud data and global iCloud data, and Apple just wasn't having that. So then it all went to court, and that brings us to today, well, yesterday, which is when we got an update about this and where some of the misinformation has been going on. So I'm here to kind of clear that up for you. Anyways, so if you take a look at my screen, okay, that's too small, you can't see that. Let's zoom in a bit for you. We've got this article from 9to5Mac, and we're going to quickly go over this article, and then we'll look at the post that Tulsi Gabbard made on X, and then I'll sum everything up for you so you know exactly what's going on, and then you can get on with your lives right after you subscribe and like this video. So, Apple won't have to build an iCloud backdoor for UK access to American data. Amazing! I'm so happy for you Americans, because in the UK, we're still screwed. But I'll get to that. The UK has retreated from a controversial order that would have forced Apple to provide a backdoor to American users' data, according to a statement from US Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. Here are the details, and then they reference a post that she made on X, which I've already loaded up for you guys. And as you can see here, she says, over the past few months, I have been working closely with our partners in the UK, alongside the President and Vice President, to ensure Americans' private data remains private and our constitutional rights and civil liberties are protected. Must be nice to have those. As a result, the UK has agreed to drop its mandate for Apple to provide a backdoor that would have enabled access, she needs more commas in this sentence, that would have enabled access to the protected, encrypted data of American citizens and encroached on our civil liberties. Like I said, it would be really nice to have some of those here in the UK, but alas, we don't. I also made a couple of videos about the Online Safety Act. That's still an ongoing thing, and I will be making more videos about that as time goes on. But right now we need to talk about this and the misinformation that's been going around in reference to this. Okay, so the misinformation that I'm talking about is in reference to advanced data protection in the UK. So as you know, Apple turned it off for UK users, so UK iCloud accounts cannot be encrypted. The ones that were already encrypted, I believe, are still encrypted, but they won't be. I think they'll give you like a time frame to turn that off. But a lot of people on X and a lot of people on social media and even some YouTubers are reporting that because the UK has backtracked on wanting Apple to break encryption for American iCloud accounts, people are saying that UK users will now have the ability to encrypt their iCloud data in the UK. That is not the case. That has not happened. The only thing that's happened is that the US government stood up for US citizens and told the British government to shut the up. And then the British government basically said, oh no, we better stop doing All that's happened here is that the US government stood up for US citizens and told the UK government to go and F itself, and Keir Starmer, being Keir Starmer, obeyed that request. Well, he would obey it until he gets home and then goes against everything that he said in public, and to Donald Trump and to JD Vance, where he said that he won't go across and infringe on American free speech, but then he goes and tries to give 4chan a fine, and then they wrote him a letter in public which also told him to go and F himself. Honestly, being British and living in the UK and being born here, is becoming kind of embarrassing. I'm just going to be blunt and I'm just going to be honest, because who cares? We are embarrassed on a daily basis. Every day we wake up and we get more bad news, where we lose more rights to privacy, we lose more rights to free speech, we lose more rights to free expression. Keir Starmer bends over backwards and says that he won't do something, but then when he gets back to the UK, he goes and does it anyways. Yeah, I could say so much more, but I can't, because I'm in the UK, so I can't say anything, can I? Anyways, the point is that the UK has backtracked on wanting access to American iCloud encrypted data. They haven't backtracked on wanting it for the UK yet. So as you know, advanced data protection still hasn't been re-enabled here in the UK. So if you didn't already have your iCloud data encrypted, you can't encrypt it now. If Apple does change that, I'll make another video letting you know that Apple has put advanced data protection back into UK iCloud. But as it stands right now, we do not have advanced data protection, we do not have encryption. The UK government is still attacking encryption on a daily basis by the looks of it, and that's why you should probably use a VPN. I use NordVPN. This video is not sponsored by NordVPN, but I do have a referral link in the video description which you can click, and I think you get like 3 or 4 months free if you sign up using that link, and then I get a month free or something. NordVPN has been great. I used to use ExpressVPN, but in my opinion, that's a ripoff. NordVPN is way more affordable and it seems to work and the speeds are great. So if you want a VPN, NordVPN is pretty amazing right now. Anyways, that's pretty much all I need to say about this topic. We are using a different angle here in the studio. Normally my camera's back there, but that camera's not there right now because that camera's doing something else. So we're in this like kind of streaming setup. So I needed to sit here so you could see my screen. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it useful or valuable in any way, please hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. You've been watching This Brown Geek. I'll catch you in the next one.